How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. I'm so thankful to get to connect with each and every one of you today because we're going to talk about building a positive future. No matter what it is that's going on in your life right now, whatever past that you've had, if you want something different, if you want that future that's exciting, fulfilling, and most importantly, uplifting, then this is the episode for you because we're going to talk about how to create it and receive it. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say this word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. Well, we're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you were surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So how do you shift? You see, the law of attraction says like attracts like. So if you're in pain, if you're hurting, if you're down, if you're feeling that negative energy, how do you go to the positive side? We think that there's work that we can do, like physical work, or there's these steps that you can take. And yes, there are, but it's not forward that we need to go. It's inward. One of the most difficult things is having everything and feeling nothing. You see, when we only focus on the external, it doesn't solve internal issues. Everything in life is happening for you, and in order to see how it's for you, how it uplifts you, your perspective is key. Perspective allows you to see everything the higher up you go. The higher your perspective, meaning the more it's attached to love, the more it's attached to the healing energies in life, then the more you will see that in the world. The more that you see in the world and in your life, the more you'll be able to receive it in the world, in your life. Think about this. Think about your current situation, whatever it is that you're going through, how that feels. All of it. Just sit in it for just a second. Now, if you look forward into your life, are you able to imagine an experience without it? That can be really difficult because when something hurts to your core, when you're feeling empty, when you're feeling negative, when you're feeling lonely, when you're in pain, whatever it is, it's hard to truly imagine an experience without it because it's a part of you at this moment. So if you just work on the physical stuff, meaning you just exercise, you just eat well, you make money, like you do all the physical things, you're going to bring your internal state with you wherever you go. And that's not growth. That's expanding in the physical, but it's not internal growth. And this life, this purpose that you have is that. internal. So what we can do is we need to start focusing on future self, not to escape the now, but to create a reality where you exist without what it is that you want to remove from your life. You need to be able to spend time in a day, in a moment, in a year, whatever you create in the future of you, where the energies that you no longer wish to receive are not present. You see, it's about letting go. You don't have to beat them. You don't have to overcome them. You just have to let them go. When you let go of what is holding you down, you will rise. Something I've heard from some of the top people in self-development and personal development and like raising oneself is it's not about what you do, it's about what you don't do. You see, the difference between you and someone else isn't necessarily what they do and what you do, it's what is not done. Then in this instance, they were talking about money. Someone was saying, how do I make money like you? And they say, it's not what I do, it's what I don't do. Meaning, I don't sleep in when it comes to work. I don't think the negative thoughts. I don't put myself down. I don't have the internal dialogue that brings me down. I don't do those things. And what you don't do is more impactful than what you do. Because if you're just existing in life, you are going to do things. You are going to exist. So it's not that things are good or bad. It's what do those things do for you? How do they elevate you? So when you create future self, what does future you not do that you're currently doing? And all you have to do is eliminate it to show dedication and be in service of higher self, which is you. You see, all of this is a gift. It's a gift to the you that you can be. If you want to experience life as the you that you can be, start giving and committing and serving that version of you. It's not about self, meaning you're not doing this to be the best you and receive everything and be rich and be wealthy and be famous. That's not true service to your energy, to your soul, to your spirit. That's service to the ego. The highest version of you is constantly connected with everybody, and everything that the highest version of you does is in alignment with uplifting them, with being the example. So when we go to future self, how does future self go to school? How does future self go to work? How does future self handle conflict? What doesn't future self do that you find yourself doing? Remove those. You see, the process of elimination is powerful. We always want to add. What exercise can we do more of? What mindset training can we do more of? I would be willing to bet if you're a listener to this podcast, or maybe you listen to other things, you already have the information to become the highest version of you. You already have the blueprint to get wealthy. You already have the blueprint to heal. You already have the blueprint to expand in what you've already studied. The problem, the thing holding us back, is still what we do that we shouldn't. Who do we hang out with that doesn't uplift us? It's not that they are bad, it's just that they're not in alignment with where we're trying to go. Who and what do we do that is in an old frequency that we continue to allow in our lives? What thoughts are old frequency that you continue to allow in your life? That's what we need to analyze if you want to grow. If you want a positive future, you need to analyze your current situation and let go of what is currently in it that's keeping you the same. That's keeping you in a pattern of recreation of what currently is. Let it go. Then, once you've broke it down to zero and you can analyze every single thing that you do as positive, then start adding things in. Build your mindset. One is not better than the other. We need to do both. So many people tend to add and add and add without subtracting that they get so overwhelmed that they stop it all. It becomes too much. What do you mean I have to get up early? I have to meditate for an hour. I have to do stretching. I have to go look at the sun. I have to go to the gym. I have to prepare all my meals. I have to study. I have to listen to this podcast. And then I have to go to work. And then I have to have a positive mindset. Then I got to eat the healthy meal that I packed. And then I got to do this. And I got to do this. And I got to do this. What kind of life is that? That's the type of life that people quit on. They go back to what they know. Even if it's the pain, even if it's the hurt, even if it's the same lesson over and over, we go back to it because that's our homeostasis. You need to eliminate what doesn't serve you. You need to allow it to go somewhere else. Free yourself from it. No longer resonate in that energy. You have the power to do that. You have the power to be and receive anything that you desire. You just have to awaken that within you. You just have to turn on the discipline to think and act in alignment with energy that you desire to be. It's that simple. When you commit to something 100%, it's powerful. And I know so many people talk about balance, and they talk about, well, you should still live. You should still do this. You should still do that. If that person is as you want to be, then maybe take that advice. But if they are not, let it go and allow that advice to go somewhere else. You truly are the only one that knows what you have to do. Deep down, you know. And if you have to commit to something 100%, because if you fall off 1%, it knocks you off the horse like I do, in my previous episode where I talked about that, where that is a gift actually, then that's who you have to become. Future you is where you're going. Have attention to it. Future you can be anything that you want. You can change everything in your experience because you are the creator of it. You observe and create. That's what you do. You have so much to give. You have so much to learn. You have so much where you can grow. It's all here for you. This experience, this journey is a beautiful one. That doesn't mean there's not pain. That doesn't mean there's not hurt. That doesn't mean there's not trauma, but there's certainly opportunity, guaranteed. Everything, there's opportunity in it to learn about yourself, to reflect on your experience, to reflect on your energy, and then make the changes. That's the purpose. The purpose is to raise you. When you raise you, then you give the world the highest version of you. That's a powerful gift. So that's why everything is happening for you. Create the future version. Understand it. Spend time in it. Realize what future you doesn't do so that you can apply that now. You can also, of course, look at what future you does and apply that now. We talk about in this podcast a lot of things that you can do to change your mindset. But don't forget, there are many things that you're currently doing that don't serve you. Cut those out. Give yourself time. Give yourself an empty plate that you can then add the healthy habits, the healthy thoughts, the healthy things that will raise you up. When you do that, not only do you become your higher self, but you become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective of what you can do in your life. I know we talk so much about what you can change, what you can add, but it's certainly important to understand there are many things that you need to let go so that you can fly, so you can take that weight off and start to soar. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you want to level up, if you're ready to take your life to the next level, this is what I do. I'm a mindset coach. I work with people one-on-one to break free of their current energy, to add the things that will uplift you, but also understand what we have to let go so that you can truly grow. It's both. You got to let go so you can uprise, and you got to know the steps, know the patterns, know the thoughts, know the energy that you have to add in to keep raising your frequency. If you're interested in working with me and you want more information, you can reach out to me via Instagram, or there's a link down below. I realized the link was not working for quite a few episodes, but I actually just updated it. So if you want to click that, you'll fill out that quick little information sheet, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.